So these are the things we are trying to improve. The profit for other projects and initiatives is that we learned why and how patient participation is useful. We developed the tools for evaluation and the monitoring and how to collaborate in such a project. We raised a broader awareness of patient participation also towards policymakers. And also, regarding the development of the patient-reported outcomes, the opinion of the patients are now taken along to the regulatory agencies like FDA and EMA. And we hope that that is being taken on. And we also show that the broad collaboration between the different organizations, the companies, but also the patient organization can be effectuated. And is worthwhile because it can deliver results. So we are believers in that. Now, what we saw from one of the slides from Michel is that only 20% of the projects, the IMI projects, involve patient organizations. So it is not yet broadly recognized as a positive contribution, or not taken along at least. Now, IMI already identified the reasons why it is important to have patient participation. And they defined a policy on beforehand. So that's a pity why only 20% has only a patient organization involved. But still, yeah, we have a collaboration on the European level, a multidisciplinary interaction, and also the patient as an expert. Well, and good examples are, for instance, Proactive, but also UBioPad, and UPAD will also prove to be the good example. And if you would like to have any more information, please contact me. And these are one of, well, among the many collaborators within this project, Thierry Troses, who is leading the project, and my other colleagues, Jannik Elbers, Truus Teunissen, and Damian Ertsen from Boer Ingelheim. That's it.
Thank you very much, Pim. We have now time for a few questions. Perhaps I will ask you a question. I think it might be important that you give some concrete example on how patients indeed actively participate in the monitoring of their disease activity in this project.
Well, the monitoring of their own disease is not really a part of the patient, of the real patient participation. That's more like a patient being a subject in this study. The better part is that patients are able to provide their input on, are these questionnaires the real questionnaires that we need as a patient? So there are questions in those questionnaires, and these questions are, well, they are being seen by patients. And if they say, okay, we can't recognize this as an issue for us, then that question can either be taken out or needs to be modified. So that's the way that patients indeed are
yes, but
actively...
I think that it's quite important that we all realize that, you know, for the drugs of tomorrow and their approval might depend actually on the fact that patients themselves answer through their smartphones, in this case, to questionnaire, monitor themselves with a specific device, their activity. So I think that's something that we should emphasize, even if they don't design the questionnaire themselves, it's the way they will answer the questionnaire will be critical in.
So one of the questions, so one of the questions we pose to the patient is, in what way would you like to have those questionnaires being delivered to you as a tool? How can you use it in daily life? Well, many of those patients answered the question, it should be delivered, for instance, digitally, as a digital tool, and not as a paper tool. But you have to remind that people with COPD are 40 plus. Many of them are over 60 or 70 years of age, so are not quite acquainted with digital tools as the younger ones. So that might be an issue that might last for another 10 years, and after those 10 years we have another generation that is acquainted with the digital pathways. So we are also working for the future.
Okay, thank you very much.